Alright guys, so this is what you need as far as material. So you need a capture card. So this blue cable comes with the capture card. I'm using the zasluke, I hope I'm saying that right, capture card. So the HDMI cables, I think it comes with one, but I already had like these just from before. I really like the ones with the braid too. Like both of these are braided, just because the plastic ones, they like rip, and then if both of these are ripped and they touch, you'll have a lot of problems. So one side says input, the other side says output. So what you want essentially is input is going into the your console or desktop. So I have an Xbox, so I'm gonna say Xbox. So this cable here, the white and black, is the input. So it's gonna go from the Xbox to the capture card, from here into the laptop, and then back to your TV, or back to your monitor, your TV, whatever you're using. That's how the circuit goes. It goes from your Xbox to the capture card to laptop, and then back, and then to your monitor. If it's not in this order, you're gonna have problems. You're not gonna be able to see. You're gonna say all this stuff. This is how it goes, guys. And I get a lot of comments. People are like so sure that everything is correct. Believe me, when I first did this, it took me like 3 hours to do, and now it takes like 30 minutes. I mean, not even 30, it takes like 10 minutes. But it was because I had cables the wrong way. This is what took me forever, because I couldn't get my gameplay to come up, and it took me forever to figure out. And it was because I had all these cables switched and I couldn't figure it out. And I had watched a video and the guy butchered it or whatever. So this is very important. And like I said, guys, if you have rips, if like, especially on the plastic ones, if these are ripped and they touch other cables, you're gonna have video problems. So make sure you have good cables, make sure everything is where it needs to be. And then this blue part will go into your laptop. If you have your mic, your webcam, make sure all that stuff is plugged in. Now once all that stuff is plugged in, make sure you have to download OBS, right? It's like obs.com or something. You download OBS Studio. It takes a couple seconds. And that's really it. I mean, that's pretty much all you need is OBS and this setup here. I bought the capture card on Amazon. Like I said before, like, do not, I mean, if you can afford it, buy whatever you want. But this was like, I think this capture card was like 30. It was no more than $50, like for sure. I'm like, no doubt. I might have got it on sale or something. I know the prices on Amazon change a lot. So I'm not like guaranteeing any prices, but I'm like, alright guys, so I will be shooting the second part for the video today. Sorry my voice is a little raspy, I just woke up. So I'm gonna show you how to, from start to finish, how to set up OBS. Like I said in one of my other videos, I'm showing you guys my screensaver. I was really new to editing, so I kind of like missed out on some things, and I know some people had a lot of questions and stuff like that, and I don't mind the questions at all. I just want to kind of I've had some more experience with editing now, so I feel like I can show you guys more. So if you left click, this is where you can kind of like rename, you can remove, you can duplicate, you can do different kinds of things with your source. So what I like to do is I make a source called stream, and this way you know that is your one to stream. So now how you add sources, make sure everything is plugged in. If you didn't watch the first part, you should, because I kind of show you guys how to do the HDMI cables. Okay guys, so here are all your sources that you can add. I'm going to show you guys everything, how to add a web browser. So if you use like Streamlabs or Stream Elements, how to add all that stuff. So guys, stay tuned if you're looking for that. I'm gonna show you guys as much as I can, as much as I know. I'm not gonna show you things I don't know. But here's everything. So let's add an audio source first. The first one I'm gonna add is the mic. So you'll see default here. You'll hit this and you'll see all the mics that are available to me. So here's the webcam. Here's all this other stuff, and then you'll see the Yeti Nano. Now guys, I know it seems kind of far away. So the issue I was having is like when I do like this screen here, even this, what you're seeing now, this little box, and this, whenever, so on OBS you can record your screen. You can capture your desktop screen and then record it that way. So I recorded like 3 hours of content, right? But you cannot see this gray box. So like all this stuff that I'm showing you here, you can't see any of this. I don't know why it doesn't record that. I don't know what the problem is. I didn't know that, so I recorded like 3 hours and then I couldn't use any of it. So here you can see where it says audio input capture to. I have my Yeti mic on, so it's capturing the audio. So if I was recording, you'd be able to hear everything I'm saying. I'm not recording, so it's not gonna capture anything. But what I do like to do is I like to rename everything. So I just like to know what stuff is. So I'm gonna type in Yeti Nano mic. Don't know how to spell. Okay, so that's how you add a mic. The mic is working, as you guys can see. There's audio, right? So here's the Yeti. Okay. And it's input. It's audio input because you are plugging something into your computer. That's how you have to think about it. Input is something you're inputting. It's going from a device into your laptop. Right, output would be if you're trying to get something from your laptop out to something else. That's the way I think about it, and that helps me a lot. So next, what we're gonna do is video capture device. We'll hit OK. I just keep that as is because obviously I know what it is. Okay, so as you guys can see, here is my Xbox. This is the integrated camera, which is my webcam on my laptop. This is the webcam I use, a J5 webcam. Guys, I have reviews on everything I'm using, so if you want a review on the Yeti and a review on the J5 webcam, check those videos out. I'll leave links in the description. I also leave like little icons at the top where you can click. So the USB 3.0 is the capture card. So you'll hit that. Here is where you can kind of configure your settings. If you want to get into that, you can. I leave as is. I do custom. I'm lying. I don't do custom. You can leave all this stuff as is, okay? That's what I do. I mean, if you want to get into the settings, you can. Just playing some Call of Duty. It's frozen on my screen too, so that's just kind of where we're at right now. I'll call it, there it is. So okay guys, so now I have the mic, I have my video. So as you can see, there's no sound coming from here, right? So what you have to do is you have to Alright guys, so here you can see I added the audio for my game, so when I stop talking you're gonna see the Yeti mic go silent about here, and the game is gonna keep going. This is how you can kind of tell the difference between what your mic is, and this is why you should label everything. You should label all your stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you see how the game keeps going, but the mic was off. And then so these, you can always hit hide. I hit hide on these, so you can click this wheel, hide. I just don't like this being like too crowded. Okay, so you have to add an audio source for the capture card. And this is what I was talking about. This is why I wanted to show you guys this, because on the other stuff I couldn't really show you because I didn't know how to edit as good as I do now. So yeah, and then you can rename this can go gameplay audio, right? And then you can move these in order, okay? And when I do all that hiding, sometimes when you add a source to something, it'll add audio for you too, but we don't need any of that. Alright, so I have my camera on a tripod thing, so I'm gonna add my webcam, so you're gonna see me and my tripod. Me hiding behind the hoodie. Alright, cool. So what's up guys, you can see me here. My little setup right here in the basement. Got the Chicago flag, put up some painting, got a Julius Peppers jersey for you Bears fans. I had a Akeem Hicks jersey hanging like right in this corner, but what do you call it? The hook fell down, so I have to go get another hook. Yeah, I bought off Amazon. They're actually pretty good. I have a kit, so I'm pretty sure he was probably like pulling on the bottoms here and something happened. I would not be surprised. So here I do custom on my webcam because the quality isn't that great as default. So I that's how I go about it. Yeah, that should be okay. Spread out big like this. Okay, so now you guys can see here. So what you'll do is shrink it, right? And we'll get to it, but like Streamlabs and Stream Elements, how to add this stuff to that, like the border and your followers and blah blah blah, right? So everybody's doing now. Okay, so when you click away, it'll go away, and you can just drag this thing anywhere. One of the biggest things I have to say is you have to make this. So this is a layer system. So for any people who are like maybe do art on like an iPad or something, who use like Adobe or they're like art editors, I forgot what they're called. It's a layer system. So these are my layers. You have to make sure that your top layer, like if I put this over here at the bottom, you see how it goes away, the screen is gone. That's because it's in layers. So now I put my gameplay on top of my camera. So this is why labeling is very important, right? So I'm gonna rename, we'll go webcam, and then we'll rename right here. Don't hit remove. Well, I mean you can, but gameplay. Okay. Alright guys, so we got the basics. We have our gameplay audio, our Yeti mic, our gameplay, which is for me console, and the webcam, right? So this right here, you could stream right now. You guys could hit start streaming and that'd be good. Right, it sounds easy, but it's really not making it sound easier than it is. Because I'm not gonna lie, this took me a long time to figure out Okay, so and I just deleted that audio. That's because like I said, when you add something that has audio, like my webcam, it'll add it for you, but you have to go back in and re-add it for the webcam, because it's the way it adds it, it doesn't work how it's supposed to. Okay, so now we have the gameplay audio, the Yeti, the gameplay, the webcam. So here are the settings, right, for streaming. So again, guys, I did 3 hours of editing. All this entire gray screen right here, you could not see on those 3 hours. So I had to go back and and I'm reshooting it now, but it really sucked, you know, because I spent a lot of time filming this and stuff. So, but anyways, right, so here's you can do dark, you can do, there's different themes. I like the dark theme. So here are your stream settings. So when you do streaming, you can you'll go, so I do both. Sometimes I stream on YouTube, sometimes I stream on Twitch. If you stream on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, it's got all this stuff right here. You just have to get your code. There's Twitch and YouTube do the code different. Twitch is kind of a pain in the butt, but YouTube's a lot easier. You'll copy and paste, right? And that's how you start streaming, and you'll have to hit apply. Here's the output. So this is the encoder, right? You can use different ones depending on what you have. Here's all of this, right? Bit rates. So the bit rate is probably the most important thing when you're streaming. So for YouTube, I've noticed that about 35 to about 3,000 to 35 is like perfect. YouTube, I know it. They're pretty new to streaming, and I was having a lot of problems with the bit rates, and it was always my bit rate. On YouTube, I do like YouTube because it tells you like right away what the issue is, and it was always my bit rate. But on Twitch, I can hit like 3,000, 4,000. You can actually go like up to 6,000 on Twitch, but on YouTube at 3,000, 35 is like the sweet spot for me. That's what it always comes down to. For preset, right? So all this is gonna, I don't remember like the default settings. This is all like the defaults aren't where it's at. I go to quality, right? And then for profile, I go high. All this stuff you leave. Recording. So guys, like this stuff it's gonna be very dependent on what you're streaming on, like your laptop, your desktop. Like when I had my beginning setup, I had a laptop with an i3 CPU in it, and I could not run these settings. I could not run, and that's why I bought a new laptop. Watch my other video where I talk about not spending, you know, $2,000 on a desktop just to stream for 10 people, right? That's not where you want to be. You don't want to spend $2,000 to stream for 10 people. You're making no money, right? I mean, you can buy whatever you want. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but if you're solely doing this to stream, I highly recommend just getting the basics and getting the basics and building a following. And then once you have your following, that's where you spend the thousands. That's where you spend a little bit more money. I bought all this stuff because I could afford it, you know, with the job I had at the time. But anyways, oh, this is where, so when you first come here, it'll be on simple. This output mode, it'll be on simple. You have to put it on advanced, okay? I should have did that first, sorry guys. So you go at advanced, okay? Recording, this is another huge thing. So recording path, I'm on my laptop, so you can create a folder where you want. So every time you record, it'll send it right to that folder for you. Make sure you set this up because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. You're never gonna know where your videos are at. Here, I don't remember what it's set to, but make sure you put it to MP4. Audio track is 1, and then the encoder is you leave it right where it's at. The audio, I don't mess too much with the audio. I kind of just keep it very simple. I've never really had too many issues with the I do have issues with audio, but the issues I do have are because of the mic, not the actual, like, not this stuff. The Yeti picks up a lot of background noise, guys, so it's kind of annoying. Anyway, so this is another important part. So this is the video. This is where you set up like your frame rates and stuff like that, the resolutions. So this is where I'm at, you know. And again, when I had an i3, I was like struggling to run. I was like running like 960, and I could not like playing modern. Like I was just playing like Modern Warfare. I couldn't even like. I could maybe make like a 30-minute stream, and that's about it. Here's all this, right? So I keep mine at 30. I could push 60. But the higher your settings, right, guys, the harder your laptop PC is gonna have to work. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. So if you're running anything less than an i7 Intel processor, I wouldn't do that. I'm not super familiar with Ryzen, but make sure you should know. I mean, if you have a PC, I'm guessing you know what you're doing as far as like, you know, all this stuff. But if you're like a simple guy like me, anything under than an i7, I wouldn't do it. Okay. Hotkeys, you can't set up hotkeys for different stuff. Like I'm gonna show you guys how to create another scene. So like when you're streaming and you have to go take a break, you can kind of transition into a different scene. I keep all this stuff just right where it's at. OBS has pretty good default settings. The only settings you really have to mess with is the video and the output, and that's pretty much it, right? So these are all the settings. Okay, I might hit okay, right? So all this stuff is going. Let me turn the Xbox on. Alright guys, so this is the setup. It's, you know, you could stream, you know, with this setup. Like I said, you hit just start streaming or start recording. You can use this for YouTube videos. You can use this to stream on Twitch. You can use this for a lot of things. You can do a lot of stuff with this. I don't know what audio source this is, but yeah guys, so we have the audio mic, the Yeti, the gameplay audio, the gameplay, and the webcam. So this is going to be the first scene. You can go down here to properties. Alright guys, so we got the basics, right? This is the base, this is what you need, right? So the next step would be to either add Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or, you know, what have you, whatever you want to. You don't even have to use that stuff, guys. You know, that stuff is extra. You know, there's paid stuff, there's free stuff. You can get by with the free stuff. You're gonna hear me say this a lot. I'm really big on not breaking the bank. So if you're looking for a YouTube channel where I can, you know, everything I'm going to use is going to be like pretty cheap, because like I said, the most people I've streamed for is like 60 people, and that was just people coming through. That wasn't even like a steady flow of 60. I probably had like a steady flow of like 20 to 30 people, and that was probably like in a 6-month span. Okay, so, and I was playing popular games, Madden, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Madden, like, you know, like when the season was kind of going, Modern Warfare, Battlefield, even Overwatch. 10 people at most, like you know, actually watching in the comments. A little bit of Rocket League with my cousin. So yeah guys, don't, you know, you don't have to break the bank with this stuff, but